Week 2, Malal's Mashers versus This Isn't Hockey in the BTBT League. I am Complacent Badger.
I'm Sir Kilo.
Welcome back.
All right.
All right, speeding it up.
Speeding it up, ready to go. So that'll be good. Let's see what these two guys can do.
Yep. Last game was... this is one of the ones that I kind of marked a little bit extra. Two brand new players, never played Blood Bowl before, so it was a little different watching them play. The Amazons not playing to their strengths of dodging, really playing a beat game, and can't really win that against a Strength 4 and Horns team.
Right, and that's pretty much the only thing that they can't do against them. They're a good Amazons are a good agility team, but at the same time they can throw down when necessary, but you really don't want them to. Yeah,
especially when you are outclassed in strength and whatnot. It's not a good choice. Amazons basically have the stats of a human team for the most part, except for reduced armor value, and they get dodged, and that's what makes them such a scary agility team, because their ability to dodge and not to get hit, or rather not to get put down.
Right, and you see later in the development of the team, you can get some players that are better at hitting, but this isn't them yet.
Mm-hmm. You need to get those blitzers leveled up.
Right. Yeah, and just when you play against a Strength 4 team, you automatically go to an agility game plan.
Yes. So he's getting set up for actually a pretty good pass. It's going to have to be Malal's Mashers realizing it and covering the pass, otherwise this might be a quick touchdown.
Yep, for sure. Getting that jammed up is not really a good thing against an agility team, because you really want to get somebody into that backfield and play a little bit of zone.
Yes, that passer with pass and the catcher with catch is going to make it to where it's very tough not to get this touchdown. And he opts to not... Well, he goes the other direction with it. Wow, I did not see that coming.
In that case.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's bananas.
Ooh, getting pushed off the pitch.
Yeah. That is a common mistake in these teams.
Yes. But getting the touchdown relatively early into the game.
Yep, that'll happen. I like that. That's what those agility teams are good for.
Yep. So he went for the handoff to the pass. That's fine. There's not anything too terribly wrong. An extra couple die rolls not necessary. That catcher was wide open and able to take it without too much of an issue. But maybe he was trying to avoid the chance of intercept.
I think that's what it is. And with the agility value of the team as is, the KS team, that you're not really going to be looking too hard into interceptions. Though they happen. Same thing like we say all the time that anytime you make somebody roll a die, or anytime you have to roll a die, there's a chance of something bad going.
Yep, only six-sided die. I mean, it was a 1 in a 6 chance for an intercept, but you know, he made the touchdown, so that's all that matters.
Right, 100% true. And we've seen some people who consecutively roll ones, so
yes,
that'll happen.
Nobody present right now.
Right, of course.
I don't know who this... this is the wrong way to build a cage for anybody out there. The term cage, for anybody, especially for new players that don't know, is the idea of protecting your ball carrier. And a good cage and a minimal cage that you want is the ball carrier in the center, and then on the diagonals, one player on each side. It prevents the opponent from dodging in without taking huge negative modifiers, and it avoids your character from being blitzed without taking huge negative modifiers.
Right.
What he's doing right now is he's filling up every spot, which means that if you get congested or if something happens to break that cage, it's very difficult for you to get out of the cage yourself. The normal cage is built to where it's a lot of exits.
Right, and exactly like you said, one player on each corner is the optimum. And when you're playing against an agility team, sometimes you go one further than that in order to make them dodge twice on the way in.
Exactly.
But your standard cage is one on each corner because it gives you maximum movement in there. Because if somebody gets knocked down, then those guys can't be moved.
Another thing, the Amazons playing a little bit too close themselves. The not taking advantage of the fumbled pass just at the last chance. Once again, with the Amazons, going back to them, not taking advantage of, you exude tackle zones, so adjacent spaces to you are not exactly what especially an Agility 3 team without any bonuses wants to walk through.
Right, and that's what I'm playing. I'm playing an Agility 3 team, and I don't want to make dodge rolls if I don't have to. So, though it's possible, that's not. It's a risk that I wouldn't want to have to take. So when you don't have to stand one space in between your guys. You can stand 2 spaces and have that same effect.
Yes. It allows you to have more field presence and give coverage in more areas, just in case you have some wacky pass off to the side, or if he makes some crazy dodge roll off to the left or something, you have more coverage and you can get over there.
Right, and making that maximum use of your movement allowance, especially because the Amazons have a edge on that. Aside from the Beastmen are movement allowance 6, and with the horns, they're going to probably be blitzing more often than not. So.
Yes. I do like this over on the left side, doubling up on the flank and making sure that if one goes down, the other one doesn't. A little ham-fisted over here. As you get towards the center, you could actually push them back a little bit to give more coverage.
Right.
But it's the idea. You can see the engine turning. It's the beginnings of like a nominal and very optimal Blood Bowl player.
Right. And those Chaos Warriors are tough because they're strength 4, so they're going to outclass your players every time, and they have that mighty blow, which increases the damage or the possibility of injury.
Yeah, the Chaos Warriors actually don't have any skills, but once they do have strength abilities picked up, or available. All Chaos has strength available, and
the player number 1 has mighty blow. He's a level 2 already.
Oh wow, I hadn't even noticed that he was already leveled up.
Yeah, so that's where the Amazons were clenching, or there were too many of them right around him, and he ended up getting a swing on one that fortunately didn't do anything detrimental. But that's the other thing that's when you go into the season like this, you want to be looking for those, because I know that in the last match that we talked about, the non-pro elites set it up so that they have a lineman who leveled. So walking into the second game, they have a level 2 player, which is a big advantage.
Yes, it is. And you're seeing right now the Chaos team too packed in right now. They're running out of time. They're only getting about 2 spaces a turn that the Amazons are actually giving up. So he has no options. He has to keep pressing this way, and he's not going to get many yards this way.
Right, and he's not putting his players against bodies as often as he should as well. When you're a strength team, you want to be punching as much as you can. But that's secondary to moving the ball.
Exactly.
I mean, you use that. You punch in order to move the ball, not the other way around. Don't just have the ball movement as a secondary option, because there's nothing like doing
fouling, and the Chaos Warrior goes out through the foul ejection, but does smash the ankle, smashes the ankle on the way out.
That's if you got to do it, you got to do it right. You know what I mean?
That's rough.
And it's toward the end of the match, so it doesn't really affect too much. But that's an offensive thing that I don't know it was.
I don't know if I would have done the foul on being right now that I'm down.
Right, that's my point. Is when you should be trying to keep as many guys on the field as possible to do as much ball movement. But if he's if he's given up on the touchdown, then that's a decision he's made. Yep,
just lost another one to off the pitch, so that's 2 players out, 1 to ejection, 1 to being pushed off the pitch. So he's actually looking outnumbered terribly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players on the pitch for Chaos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's got basically the player that got pushed and the ejected made the difference. Ooh, interception right off the bat. Amazon's running, not going to have enough turns to get the touchdown, but the extra 2 star player points is not shabby.
Yeah, I'm with that. And that, like we said, hey, that's a 1 out of 6 chance, you said?
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, that was a big difference from last. Well, I shouldn't say big difference. The score for the last game was, I believe, the same, just in the other way. I believe it was.
you know, you like seeing the loser make a better decision and win, and sometimes when the winner gets a little complacent, that's what happens. So all in all, a good day of Blood Bowl.
Yep, the only suggestions that I would give, the Chaos, Malal's Mashers, you need to kind of spread out a little bit more and make sure that you're forcing forward as much as possible with that strength so that you can claim as much yards every turn as possible. You're a slow team, you need to fight for every yard.
Yep, and you can use that blitz action on your beastmen to open up a path and fill back in with defense and then move the ball. So that's a good idea.
Yep, and to This Isn't Hockey, the Amazon players, I would say also to you, spread out your players and do not be afraid to take careful dodges. With your dodge ability, you can make dodge rolls on a 3+ if you do the correct kinds of dodges, and you can get better field position, and you can also set up better defenses doing that.
Right. So dodging out of a tackle zone is normal, but then if you dodge into a tackle zone, then you get the negative modifier, correct?
Exactly.
So that's
dodges,
what you want to look for.
Yep, dodges normally get a +1 modifier to it, so though they would normally be a 4+, they get a 3+ if they go into a space that is not an enemy tackle zone.
Right. So don't, and then that's for every tackle zone, so those can be overlapped. So you can feasibly dodge into more than one person's tackle zone and get supplemental negative modifiers on top of that. So that's the rule, is if when you do dodge, because it's necessary and part of the game, make good decisions when you dodge, because you know, mitigate your dodge rolls whenever you can.
Yep, and one last point to look at the stats. It shows Malal's Mashers was 70% ball possession, and This Isn't Hockey with 23%, yet it was a 1-0 victory the other way around. Just goes to show you very strong defense.
Yep.
Zone defense can work. You don't have to be the strongest, you just have to be the smartest.
Right. Ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. Have a good day, guys.
Yep, see you later.